to Intermediate Level English Language Arts.
Greetings and welcome to English Language Arts Grade 4. Our topic for today would be writing an excuse letter. Alright? So, an excuse letter is often given to teachers or people with authority to excuse a child or an employee for missing school or work. So, excuse letters, they're usually or commonly used for school purposes, right? Whenever you ask for an excuse, why you are late or why you are absent for the day or for any future event, right? By the way, these are all found in page 100 to 101 of your book. Okay, so an excuse letter, guys, it still follows the same format of a friendly letter. So you have the different parts of a regular letter in your excuse letter. So, example here we have the header. Okay, the header there, again, it's in the top right part of the letter, right? And it usually has the address line 1, address line 2, and the date wherein you wrote the letter. Also, it would also have the greetings, right? Like, for example, dear teacher Vince, right? And then the body would have or would be the main message of your letter. So since this is an excuse letter, the one that I have written down would be, please excuse me from class today because my mom is very sick and I was asked to help her and watch over her while she recovers. We do not have anyone else to help us. Thank you for your consideration. So usually in an excuse letter, guys, it is very wise as well to you add that line there, that last part there. Thank you for your consideration. That way, right, you get to show respect to the teacher that you're submitting the excuse letter to. Okay. And then don't forget your closing remarks. So since the excuse letter that we're going to be making is, it's going to be from a student to a teacher, right? So the closing remark there would be your pupil or your student, okay? And then your signature. Now, you are going to be writing an excuse letter too. You will be following the same format, but you would have to think of your own excuse, something reasonable, something excusable, right? Now, there are just a few things that I'd like to point out, guys. Number one is that remember, you have to skip one line after the header. So the heading there, the address line 1, address line 2, and the date, right? You will not skip any lines. But after that, right, you would always skip one line after those, okay? So take note of that. And please don't forget to put that last part. Thank you for your consideration. So for this, right, you would have to do your pre-write. So your pre-write would be, think of a reasonable excuse to give your teacher explaining why you should be excused from class, okay? Also for your draft, right, so once you're done with your pre-write, start writing your excuse letter already, right? It has to be complete. It has to have a header, a greeting, a body, closing remarks, and a signature. Please make sure that you explain how you should be excused from class, okay? And then when you're done with your draft, go to your revise. Check the revise checklist. The revise checklist is this. Answer the questions and make sure that you have to answer yes on these questions. Do I tell the reason for being absent from class? Try to come up with your own reason, guys, right? Try to come up with your own excuse, okay? Make sure it has to be excusable, okay? Number 2, do I have all the parts of a letter? Are my verb tenses correct? Do my pronouns and their antecedents agree in number and gender? Do I use the correct punctuation marks in different letter parts? Are my sentences well formed? Are the words correctly spelled? These are your revise checklists. And then when you're done with your revise, when you're all good with all of that, right, check your grammar. In your edit part, check your grammar, your punctuation marks, your indentions. Did you put an indentation, okay? Your capitalizations. Make sure you check all of these. And when you're really done, right, in your notebooks, okay, write the letter in your notebooks. Make sure that you would follow this format, guys. This format over here. The activity title will be excuse letter. That will be in the top middle part, okay? And then do not give your own title. This is a letter, so you do not give your own title. Remember, guys, only in the header, you will not skip any lines. But after the header, skip one line. And that pretty much ends our lesson on writing an excuse letter.